Everyone, and welcome to Foil Review. Today we're going to talk about the Alpinefoil Access with the Wave Wing. Alpine is a French brand that has been in the business for a very long time. They've had a bit of a mixed history with their foils, producing some very good ones and some that had some issues. And for 2018, it seems that they've addressed a lot of these issues. Gone is the super sharp nose on the fuselage for a more rounded and safe option. And now all their fuselages, their aluminum fuselages, feature a sacrificial anode that prevents corrosion from building up on all the aluminum parts. The access foils feature a straight carbon mast, an aircraft aluminum fuselage, and carbon wings. This is the Wave Wing. The Wave Wing is more of a powered freeride wave wing. Nowadays, wave wings tend to be a lot larger profile too, that allow you to go quite slow and stay in the wave. Alpine say that even though this is called the Wave, this is more of a powered freeride wing, allowing for better control in high winds and also tighter turns, and allowing for some amazing freeride tricks. The wings are available in sort of glossy mold release, like here, but they're also available in matte finish also, which is better for ventilation and for speed. The Alpine foils are quite light. This setup comes in at 2.7 kilograms, which is pretty amazing for such a large aluminum fuselage and carbon mast. The mast length is 88 centimeters from the bottom of the box to the fuselage, and if you include the fuselage, you end up at 96 centimeters. It has a cord at the top of 12 centimeters, and it tapers down to about 11 centimeters down at the fuselage. All right, the Wave Wing in the front has a wingspan from tip to tip of 55 centimeters and a 14 centimeter cord. The back wing is the standard back wing, and it has a 42.5 centimeter span and a 7.5 centimeter center cord. The distance between the front and back wing, from trailing edge front wing to leading edge back wing, is 55 centimeters, which is quite substantial. The fuselage itself is 82.5 centimeters long. The stabilizer has shims delivered with the foil, which allow you to set the stabilizer angle from 0 to 1.1 degrees. You also have the same system for the front wing, and you can change the angle of the front wing to best match. Whatever stabilizer angle for the back, I preferred 1.1 degrees with this Wave Wing setup. Some people, if they want less front foot pressure, will take less angle, something like 0.7. The mast has a KF box system that is sort of similar to a power box system on a windsurfer, just a lot thicker and a lot stronger. However, because of this, you can't really move the foil around. Also, there's not a lot of board manufacturers who use this system, so it's a little bit harder trying to find boards for it. Alpine have done a really good job on the mast. It's very stiff. I didn't have any ventilation problems with it. The only thing I found a bit weird, and if you look at it closely, you've got the shiny finish all the way up until here, over the fuselage, and then you've got this very sort of unclean, strange sort of gap in the carbon where it seems to go onto the plug. I'm not really sure what's going on there. It might just be they fillered that in and that's sort of their dividing point and they didn't want to get too close to the fuselage with sort of the shiny raw carbon, or if they just can't get it any better like that. It doesn't seem to have any relevance from riding. Let's talk a little bit about the design of the wing. This is a very sort of unique design for a front wing. It has sort of rolled over winglets on the tip. They are, however, quite sharp, so you don't want to actually fall on this. And the cord sort of progresses quite evenly towards the back, and it doesn't sort of have a taper along the wing. You also have this amazing sort of D-shaped curve on the leading edge. And this is actually really good if you are in places that have a lot of seaweed or stuff that can get stuck on the wing. A wing like this is amazing if you have seaweed, because it just will get on here and it will just wash off. Whereas a straighter wing, that seaweed will get stuck and you'll actually have to stop and kick that off. The back wing, again, also has a similar design. Again, it has quite sharp tips, which is a bit of a safety issue if you fall on it, so it's best if you don't kick the back wing or fall on it. So how does it ride? It is actually really fun. It's really nice and carvy, it turns really fast. The pitch stability you get from the really long fuselage is something that's quite amazing. What is a little bit special about all the Alpinefoils is it has a lot less of a riding moment on its roll axis, which means when it's heeled over, sort of where you're hiking upwind or you're sort of carving through a maneuver, it doesn't have a strong tendency to right itself if you take the pressure off the board. Most other normal foils will tend to want to right themselves quite strongly. Most of the foils I ride personally tend to do that. So it takes a bit of getting used to a foil like this. There's a lot of cool things you can do to play with it, but it is something you need to change your technique for in the end. Also, the roll stability itself on this foil, because it's actually not got a very long span, is a little bit less than, for example, sort of a larger spanned wing. This, however, makes it nice and agile to carve. Jumping the wing, it was okay. It does have a bit of a stick when you try to jump it out of the water. It is a fairly large chord wing. Landing, again, is the same issue. Again, I had issues with small micro cracks starting to happen on the screw holes, so I really wouldn't recommend jumping this wing. So in conclusion, the Alpine Axis is a great foil for intermediate to advanced riders who are looking for a high wind free ride foil. The pitch stability is amazing, which will give you amazing control in higher winds and in chomp. The small span on the wing allows for amazing roll and agility, which is, however, a minor drawback for a beginner foiler and a less advanced rider, as that roll stability is not a given. The engineering and finish of the foil is amazing. It is a very light foil. I do have to say, however, that it is also probably not the strongest foil for front wing attachments. I hope this helped you make a decision about the Alpinefoil Access wave setup. Thanks for watching. If you like our channel, please remember to follow us, to subscribe, and also mash that bell button so you get notified every time we come up with a new video. And again, if you'd like to support us financially, click on this link for our Patreon site where you can support us financially and make this channel even better. Thanks for watching. Rock on. See you on the water. Bye.